Hello, this is Alex, host of the Doomed Planet podcast, and we're here with Elaine. Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, Elaine has been on the show many times, and we're doing a surprise episode that she does not know about, but she has a literary background, so that will help. This is Doomed Planet, episode number 110, Zapped.
Zappola.
Zapped. Now, this is a work of science fiction, just a harebrained idea that I have. And I'm just going to describe to you the opening scene, and we'll give away the story little by little. But I know that you do a writers group.
Yeah, we have a little writers group that meets, and there are about 8 of us of all different writers, and we just do it because we can.
And then you publish like a zine or...
We
like
have a book we
yeah.
publish about every couple of years, but
Yeah.
and I try to tell people that no matter who you are, if you're writing, ain't nobody going to give you a Pulitzer. So just write and then worry about getting famous in your next life.
I know I've never asked to join the group and you've never offered, but I think you realize I'm not going to have the patience to do that with all these people of various...
No, you'd
Yeah,
go
no,
insane.
I'm not going to...
Although we do drink champagne
Oh.
while we're doing
Oh,
this.
then I'm signing up. Okay, so the opening scene of Zapped. There's this guy in like a Ford 350, you know, those giant trucks where the hood is like 6 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
And he's with his kid, and he's at an ice cream shop somewhere in a touristy beach town on the East Coast. But they're in the car, and the engine is running because they want air conditioning, right? They can't get out and just go sit in the nice weather. And this guy is really... You don't get a lot of background on him, but you can see that he's just this asshole. He's kind of this fat, ugly, obnoxious white guy, right?
Whew, I'm glad he's a white guy.
Well, yeah, the script is not written yet. We're writing it as we speak. And so at one point, he just gets zapped. But his body liquefies and turns into this liquid, smelly, horrible goo. And it's this blast where, like, you see the car and the windshields and everything just come on the inside covered with this goo. And his kid is screaming, and it's so horrible. And it kind of goes unnoticed, but people do notice it. There's a reporter, Cillian Murphy, is that his name? He can be the reporter at the small beach town.
We don't want to blow him up yet.
Okay. And what's weird is that the guy's clothing remains, but his entire body turns into this weird goo. Like his teeth and his bones turn into this dust, and everything else is this goo. Okay?
All right. Well, that's what's going to happen to us anyway. The bones are always left, you know. They don't turn to dust, but they're left. But I don't understand how the guy gets zapped and the kid doesn't.
Right. Well, that's the good part with the aliens.
Oh, they're pedophiles, huh?
No, the aliens are not pedophiles. They're way more advanced than that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so anyway, and this is Act 1. And you see a couple other people are victimized like this. Also, a whale gets zapped, and some marine biologists happen to notice a giant whale. This happens to a whale, and it just explodes and turns to goo.
Well, I think that happens anyway when the whales get out there on the beach and...
Yeah, well, remember in Oregon, the famous thing where they blew up the whale and then giant chunks came down?
Yeah.
So that's a nod to that. And then... remember the federal prosecutor that was murdered in Queen Anne because they shot him through his basement window?
Yeah, they've never found the person.
So there's a nod to that. One of the earlier zappings is going to be someone like that. So this is Act 1 of the movie, is you have these unexplained things, and the general public doesn't know, right? There's a couple reporters that are looking into this. So then we go to Act 2. Act 1 is called Incidents, where you're seeing this stuff happen. No one knows. The audience doesn't know this is aliens, right?
No, they just think it's some sort of biological creation of
the Russians.
Yeah, the Russians did it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Act 2, public awareness. The government and the media is going to be quiet about this, but then normal people start talking about it and it goes online, right? And they're like, look at all these incidents.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, it goes on TikTok.
And so some people, like some adventurous TikTok sleuths, are onto this. And then some scientists are getting involved. And then there is some government involvement, but it's not made public. Like, the government is getting worried. What is this? They're sending out scientists. They're examining the goo and wondering, like, this person imploded or self-immolated, and then there's nothing but this goo, and there's no DNA from the person anymore.
That's what I was going to ask you, if it was identifiable goo.
No, it's something that has never been seen before. Because people spontaneously combust, or at least there's a myth, right?
Oh, yeah. we've seen that a lot.
Yeah, I saw it today downtown.
Time. Yeah, downtown it happens. That's why people don't go downtown anymore, Alex.
Like, it's not like a car bomb where everything blows up.
Okay.
It's just the organic matter.
And as we know that none of the stuff we wear has anything to do with organic origins at all.
Not.
So, but is the clothing left as it was, or was the clothing
well, it's going to be
tainted
soaked
with stuff?
It's going to be soaked with the goo.
Eesh.
It might get ripped a bit when the zapping occurs.
Okay. All right.
So what do you think? Is this a Pulitzer Prize material?
No, hell no.
How about a bad movie, cheap
bad
movie?
Movies are always the ones that come out like 30 years later, and people go like, I saw that movie when it first came out, man, and I knew it was going to be a hit.
I knew Zapped would be this sleeper hit.
Zapped.
Okay, and then Act 3. Well, there's 4 acts. Is that normal? I thought most movies and plays are like 3 acts, but what do I know?
Well, you can have an intro. You can have for Act 1. You can have a intermission.
Oh, yeah.
You can have a epilogue. You can have you can do whatever you want when you're writing.
Perfect. The other thing I want to mention is that Apple has this thing that they just did where they automatically transcribe your podcast, and all your previous podcasts too are transcribed. So instead of paying for whatever software that is, it's all transcribed. So it's hard for me to sit at a keyboard and write, but I could jump from this to actually just talking out the screenplay, and then it'll all be in text and I can edit.
I want that.
Yeah.
Act 3, Alex.
Oh, Act 3. Aliens. So people are realizing what is going on, and there's more and more zappings now. Oh, the other thing I forgot to mention, it's mostly bad people that get zapped. So it starts like the guy with the giant pickup truck. We kind of see that he's bad, and then there starts to be a pattern like, oh, only these major assholes are getting zapped. Then it starts happening to politicians and people like that. Now they're getting worried.
They should be the first ones to go.
So the earlier zappings, actually, the aliens are experimenting. Again, I'm giving it away here, but they zap a whale because they're testing it out, and they zap.
But is it a bad whale, or that's just a test?
That was just a one-off, and they probably feel bad about that. So in Act 3, the aliens, the conspiracy theorists are going mainstream, and it's going on TMZ and Fox News and NBC Nightly News. They're starting to report this. There's no connection to the aliens, but a bunch of wackos, as usual, people like me obsessed with alien meddling are catching on.
Yeah, do you go out there? You go out there and look at the evidence.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of evidence gathering.
They don't have it blocked off. The
Someone
government
gets
doesn't block
zapped, and there's suddenly people coming from all over. Oh, I saw on the internet. I saw on Twitter this guy got zapped. Yeah, I'm here right now. Check it out. It's unbelievable.
Does anybody actually see the actual zapping?
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. Like in the first guy with the pickup truck, his daughter is in the car and she gets covered with goo. So she's the first witness.
Wow.
And then when the whale gets zapped, someone sees that too. But again, that's some of these things, maybe when the final screenplay is done, we take the whale part out. That might be too upsetting, and it's kind of contradictory.
A lot of people, they think that I know people that eat whale.
Oh yeah.
So that's it's not like whales.
Lutefisk is not whale. That's just fish.
That's just regular fish. But I have a friend that eats whale. He brags, not brags, but he thinks it's some of the best food that he's ever eaten. But this, when it's been zapped now. Is a big light? Do you have a big light come up with the zap, or do you have like a
it's just kind
explosion? Or
there is, because the thing is called zapped, there is sort of a burst. They don't just melt. Like there's a poof.
Okay, yeah. That's
now it's not electric though, so zapped might not be the right word for what happens.
Electronic,
it's a good name.
We'd use for zap. Electronic.
It's basically alien technology. Aliens have decided they have this plan for Earth humans and the plan starts with them zapping some bad people to build awareness.
And they're trying to get rid of all the humans?
They're trying to get rid of the bad people so that the human race will actually survive and not be done in by climate change or nukes or something.
Wow.
So,
has their planet previously been taken over by bad people? So we
don't really know. I mean, they have the technology to do this from wherever they are. A million light years away.
20 billion light years away.
That's because they're an advanced, obviously, civilization. So it's a little fucked up that these aliens have this revenge plan and that they get to pick the people to kill. On the other hand, they're getting a lot of support because some very bad, like Henry Kissinger, if he was still alive, he would have been zapped, right?
And just think about the mess that person that used to be president would make.
Oh, all of them, yeah. Or most of them.
Or at least they're not like being zapped and then like doubled.
Oh, yeah, that.
Or the zapped pieces turn into more bad people.
Turn into
Gotta
tiny.
watch out for those aliens. You don't know where they might be coming from. Don't be trusting the aliens.
They probably have the technology to do that.
Yeah, don't trust the aliens. I mean, do we trust them? No. Because they could come after
It's
good
like,
people.
why do they feel they can do this? And what is the end goal of this? Like, we want to enslave Earth, but only the good people and not the assholes. I mean, no one knows their goal.
They don't have a goal because they're not human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might not even be an organic life form. Okay, so Act 4, Massive Attack. Remember that movie Independence Day and how cool it was when suddenly these giant spaceships suddenly appeared?
I can't remember.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry.
And then the scene where they just start blowing up Washington, D.C. and stuff like that.
Yeah, we like that, though.
Okay. But again, these aliens are not destroying infrastructure. Act 4, Massive Attack. Okay, now Earth is being lit up by zappings. It started in the United States, but now you have people are getting zapped all over the place on a daily basis.
Russia, China,
Oh, yeah.
Philippines.
And not only that, but there's some really public, spectacular zappings. Like at the Super Bowl, suddenly a guy on the field is zapped.
Or those bad performers that they have at the Super Bowl.
or
And
depending, yeah, Bruce Springsteen is there, and then suddenly
or
zapped at
then you have people
halftime.
that are just begging to be zapped. Oh, please take me next, take me next, because they think they're taken up into some sort
Oh,
of
yeah, you get the freaks
yeah,
again. Maybe
yeah,
the religious zealots
yeah. They're gonna
are
go
real
in.
into this, and they think it's a Jesus thing,
Yeah, they go into heaven.
right? Because no, they can't prove the alien thing yet. So you're getting people like Tony Blair and Donald Trump getting zapped, and maybe Joe Biden, but this is really the revenge fantasy part of it. But all hell is breaking loose here. It's not, the movie builds slow, and then suddenly, okay, this is chaos. What's going to happen? Okay, then, and no one knows that it's aliens. Then the final scene of the movie, the aliens create this giant message, maybe in hieroglyphics, maybe in English, but they create this giant message in the Sahara Desert
But
that is like hundreds of miles wide.
that's like a Planet of the Apes or 2001,
Yes.
where you have the monolith that comes out.
Yeah,
of the
we want
desert.
all, yes,
Yeah.
we're paying homage to all of that. But this is like a giant thing, visible and readable from space, that says something to the effect of, "Okay, humans, we given you your message. We're going to be back in 50 years to see if you've turned things around."
And of course, that they didn't turn them around.
Right.
They decided to take every single penny that people made and turn it into this giant space station. And then they're going to take up and go out into space. And first, we got to blow up the moon because you don't want the moon to get in the way. And then the next thing you do is you take that little spaceship and all the past space travelers, like all the people in the my favorite science fiction was E. Doc Smith, and
Yes.
him going into space. That's my science fiction.
Well, you can't
guru.
escape. Humans can't escape the zapper aliens by going to Mars or something, though.
But the rich
So,
ones can. Elon will
the
go.
rich ones can,
Yeah.
but then their fate will be bad. And that is the end of the first movie, but again, that sets up the sequel 50 years later,
Okay.
what's going to happen. And that could just be wild. Like, there are people walking around with 3 eyes and like mutated by nukes, and like there's 2 ways the sequel could turn out. It could be Earth is a paradise, or it's just gone so horribly wrong that it's like a disaster.
Well, we know how that it's not going to be. Humans were not created for happiness and
No.
positivity. Humans were created to suffer and make other people suffer.
Yeah, if you're a student of history a bit, it's like it's been pretty harsh for most of human history.
Yeah, just wait till you get to be my age, and you'll see
Yeah.
how harsh it is.
Oh, yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
If it was a really good society, people over the age of 50 would start rejuvenating, and they would just feel good.
Go backwards.
Yeah, they'd go back. They wouldn't go back to stupid childhood, but they would, they'd just be these glorious creatures with great hair and perfect eyesight, and they wouldn't be. Wait a minute, is that an alien zapping me, or is that just the tinnitus in my ears? I don't know.
Yeah, so that's basically it. I'm realizing now that I've talked to someone about this that it is pretty stupid. You could do it on a low budget depending on what you wanted to do, or you make it a blockbuster. Like,
I think people are ready for blockbusters.
Yeah.
I mean, we sit here in front of our screens. We're never far from our screens. And
No.
so, but I think that we want the smaller screen. So I would think about this as not a movie, but like the Oppenheimer and all these ones that are made for TV, made for the smaller screen.
Maybe it's just a serialized thing of episodes and on TikTok or something like that.
That would be good.
It's
people
not
would watch it.
Yeah, because people are moving away from sitting watching a 90-minute movie.
They don't have the wavelength
No,
for that.
They want the 2-minute TikTok.
Yeah, or I can't even hardly watch 60-minute Netflix stuff. People go, "This is just great. It was such a great." I'm going like, "This is boring. I can't watch it. I can't sit there for 60 minutes. I have to, I have to take a break. Got to smoke some weed. Maybe the people that are smoking the weed are the ones that are all saved.
That's a good little angle.
And they all have a big cloud, and people are going around with blowing up big balloon type things and filling them up with smoke. And, it's not the same with the gummy. It would be different. Well, I ate my gummies. I don't see why I still exploded, why he still exploded. I was just smoking. So smoking will be next.
There's a lot of subplots that I didn't put in there yet. There could be a weed subplot. There could be the aliens want the weed subplot. And again, like you said, they identify with weed people. And they're like, yeah, we like this. We're not going to zap him.
Yeah, because when you smoke weed, a lot of times, if you're, a good weed smoker, you always get these great ideas, and you're always going like, wow, dude, I never thought about that before I smoked this. So you're always like on this creative
That's
edge.
how Zapped was born.
Really, Alex? Huh. I never would have figured that out. Because we live in a different culture now. I mean, if we had thought in 1967 that people would be going to the store and buying weed, not only that, but if we thought that people would take their car and go and crash into the front of every weed store in the city and steal all the money and the goods, it's just bizarre.
It happens every day, according to Clark Humphrey's newsletter.
Yeah, it does.
What does he call it? The smash and grab of the day, or the mayhem? Or now, Kat knows some of these people. I think at school they will steal a Kia and use that to smash into the pot shop, and then drive away, take all the weed, and then drive away in their normal car.
Yeah, they're just having fun because they watch stuff on TikTok and figure out how to do it.
That would be really good on TikTok. You just have one prolific group of kids that are doing that.
Well, the kids, kids have always been the problem. Because they don't have any.
We'll zap a kid.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good.
We got, let's say it's a 12-year-old who's a bully and they have a gun in their backpack at school. We'll zap them.
Yeah, I like that. Get rid of all the bad people, though.
That's the whole. It's a revenge. Like, Charles Bronson movies are like vigilante fantasies. We're going to get the bad guy, mostly out of racism. But this is like a revenge fantasy. I'm trying to think of a similar. Clint Eastwood does that a lot. The bad guys are just going to be horribly fucked up. I guess that's a normal trope.
Yeah, but the good guys have to go through hell. So maybe you've got to find I think you need a protagonist in here a little bit more, the star that figures everything out. It was going to
be the reporter, the enterprising indie reporter that figures it out.
The black woman?
It's got to be, it can't be, it has to be.
And her Asian friend that's going like, yeah, we can solve this problem.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Right now, there's a special deal for sports fans at McDonald's. Every time you buy a medium-sized soft drink, you get a special Seahawks glass for only 29 cents more.
There are 4 glasses in all, so get the one with your favorite player. Okay, guys, who gets what?
Steve Rabel glass.
Sam McCollum get the Sherman Smith glass.
Sorry, guys, take the 2 Yasosopo glass.
Oh, you a rookie, man. Don't get his glass, get Sherman's glass.
This week's Seahawks glass features Steve Largent, Sherman Smith, and David Sims.
All right, really?
And I'd listen to Dean, Sammy, and Frank do all these completely un-PC parodies of these songs, talking like this in the thing like they are.
Sammy,
that person from the.
It's a mixed.
Yeah.
Like, They really didn't like that he was dating a white woman. Remember that?
Britt Eklund.
Yeah. The people were fucking pissed about that.
It was illegal to date,
Was it,
to marry.
Did he marry her? Yeah.
Yeah. They have beautiful children.
Yeah.
That's
why
why
they had kids. Yeah.
That's why we mix it up. Because
Yeah,
otherwise, you wouldn't get all these. You wouldn't have Obama and his.
Elaine, unfortunately, many people do not feel like we do, but they might get zapped in this movie. Like there should be go through a list of categories like, oh, the racist senator gets zapped, right? Stuff like that.
The guy that puts the prison warden that punishes the prisoners.
I was thinking like the aliens have a grudge against, because they've been studying humans, right, for thousands of years. They have a grudge against, racists and bullies, also very greedy billionaires that are, some of them are.
All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Except for Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mackenzie Scott, I can't complain about her because there's no strings attached with her. She just gives the money, like the Gates Foundation will give you money and then, all right, here's what we want to see. And you come back in 6 months and give us a report of we want you to do this.
My favorite science fiction shows were those ones in the 50s, though. The
Twilight Zone?
No, I love the Twilight Zone, but I love the ones with the monsters.
Oh, yeah.
I love the aliens to be monsters and just, the one.
Yeah, it's so crude, though. Like Godzilla, there's no thought to his destruction. He's not singling out any particular person.
I like the giant, what's the one with the rabbits?
Oh, that weird
Lupin?
Australian film?
Lupin
with the
or something.
rabbits.
The giant rabbits that come around and eat people.
Yeah.
Now, who ever heard of a rabbit eating somebody?
Yeah. This is not really a monster movie because the monsters, if you can call the aliens that, are very intelligent.
But are we going to see like a shadow?
You never see anything. That'll be the second movie. People will be dying to see the aliens.
You don't see them.
You don't know where they are. Like you realize at the end of the first movie, oh, they're aliens.
You don't see them looking at their screens, going like, "Yeah, we got them."
No, it's a mystery.
Wow.
But I mean, the zappings are so beyond what science understands or has seen that people start to guess. Like, oh, this has to be aliens. Like China could not come up with this, right, or whatever.
But do you think that people will start dressing up like what they think the aliens might look like?
I guess, but wouldn't that just be the round heads and the pink skin and the
really long fingers?
Yeah, the really long fingers.
And they talk funny.
Yeah, I guess because of artificial intelligence. Couldn't we just feed this podcast into an artificial intelligence program that would just create a feature-length animated movie just in a second?
Do that. You just ask the aliens. They will do it for you.
If you're like a comic book artist and you do bad art or something, you've been replaced by this stuff because they can just do it.
But who's they? Everybody talks about they, and IA always is IE AI.
E.T. I think if you can zap people on Earth from wherever you are, they've gone well beyond that. But that's another dilemma. Like, why are they doing this messy zapping? You'd think they'd be capable of anything, but no, they have limitations. They worked really hard for hundreds of years on the zapping technology.
So they have to use it. So they want to see how good it can work.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But, they might be going like, hey, let's smoke a little bit of this stuff and then see if we can zap some people and see what goo comes out. That might be entertainment for them.
Yeah, that would be great if the second movie was just from the alien perspective.
I know,
and they're
smoking
just stoners.
the weed, getting some...
Into a blockbuster.
It takes a lot of work to develop a screenplay, though. I don't know if people realize how.
That's
how
why
hard
I
it
said,
is.
well, am I going to devote my time and energy to this beyond today? No.
Really?
But, not really. But it's out there.
It's out there. Now you
And,
need to get this onto the AI program and then
Yeah.
see if because I think AI is just a bunch of aliens sitting around going,
Right.
we're going
They
to see
have-
if we can really
yeah.
mess up these
They're not
these
male or
people."
female or anything.
Yeah. So, see what happens if you can AI it.
Yeah, I feed this transcript into an AI program that makes a comic book or storyboards out of it.
Yeah.
You can do that stuff for free now.
Yeah. Or you can just
Now
make
it's
it
it's ugly. The art, you've seen the art it creates. It's very ugly now.
but, to the people now, that's going to be beautiful. Because they won't know, ugly,
Yeah.
what was ugly to us. I don't know. What's going to be beautiful or ugly. But I think you should try it and see what happens. If anything, you could turn it into an anime comic book.
Yeah, like $100 million movie, not going to happen. Comic book, I could just sit here and do that for free
Yeah.
with bad AI art. That is.
Yeah, because you don't even need an alien.
I mean, you can. Have you tried this stuff? Like you type in, draw a picture of Ronald Reagan as if painted by Van Gogh with a background of mountains, and it does this instant. It's crazy.
I think you got to do this. This would be.
Okay.
I think it'd be a good experiment.
This is actually a good. This story is good for AI because it's already weird and stupid and odd.
Yeah, and you don't need the picture of the aliens. They don't really, you don't see them, and
Good
to
point.
tell
Yeah,
AI
yeah,
to
yeah.
get to create a mess, a gooey mess, that would be
Yeah.
should be pretty easy. And the horrified look of people when they see the gooey mess.
Yeah, show
Oh
a
my
frame of a
God.
whale getting blown up and then the poopy water of where the whale was.
Yeah, but usually they blow them up on land, so you got to think about the sand and the beach
Actually,
combers and their
if we're gonna if the
bikinis.
aliens are to maintain their righteousness, they can't kill a live whale. What they did do is experiment with blowing up a whale. That's perfect. Thank you for that.
Okay.
So there's a dead whale and they blow that up.
Okay, that would be the start.
Yeah. The original start is the guy in the pickup truck, but actually the whale is much more dramatic.
And you have the weird 2020 music coming up.
Paul, they done blow up a whale.
Yeah, you have witnesses that see the whale get blown up by itself.
Right, and they don't think it's aliens. They're just
No, they think it's
like,
trapped.
oh, someone is
trapped
trying to blow
gas.
up another whale.
It's trapped whale gas.
But there won't be like 200-pound chunks coming down. It'll just be liquid blubber.
And it'll cover not only that, but it will cover the inside of the screen that you're looking at, so you'll see the stuff coming down just like it's for real.
Yeah, that's
With specks in it and stuff. Or you could just, I think that's because people are horrified by the idea of blowing up whales. They're more terrified of people blowing up whales than they are people getting blown up.
Oh, it's like the people getting their babies getting their faces burned off and people getting killed in these various wars and like, okay, and then you see a puppy that's killed and people go ape shit. It's true.
It's true.
It's totally true. It's very triggering.
I know. I watched, bad TV a lot that has the commercials with and this dog was abandoned 16
That's so
times.
awful.
And look at his little face. It's got little mites crawling out of it, Give us money for this.
So original, this idea I have. Who could have thought of something so brilliant?
Maybe one of your little dogs upstairs could do it.
Yeah,
Dog art.
don't mess with puppies or you get zapped.
I like little dogs.
Yeah, there's you. All right, Elaine, thank you so much. This has been Doom Planet, the podcast, episode 110, Zapped. Goodbye. Goodbye,
Say
Elaine.
Bye.
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 Bye. All right.
been friends since the K, but lately these days, we always be drinking them tweets, I may say. They make us laugh a lot, but when we wake up, we be in a parking lot. You don't know how we got there, so we call our friend Johnny. You hop in the car, but it sting like damn salami. Joey say, yo, Johnny, where the fuck your mommy? He start talking about some, she left when I was 6. He stopped the fucking car, and he pulls out a fucking blick. We all like, what the fuck? We tryna leave the scene, but while we slide out, we thinking, fuck, we go get seen. What the fuck? We get back to the crib, we're sweating and stressing because our dear friend Johnny was so depressing. He tried to take our lives after one fucking whipping session.
Find out more at doomedplanet.com. Goodbye.
5, 6, 7, 8. Goodbye. This is the end of the song.